Alright, what's going on, dudes, and welcome back to some more Minecraft stuff. This time we'll be checking out the Elemental Caves mod, which is super cool. Well, I know I say that about just about everything, but I do like to try reviewing mods I think are cool, so I guess it makes sense. But I really like mods that sort of go hand in hand with the vanilla game, and this is one of them. It's actually super impressive. It was made in like 4 days for the most recent mod jam. So yeah, anyway, why don't we get into things? The idea is you get these randomly generated caves that are sort of based on the biomes they're in. So at the moment, there are 3 of them. We're in the Earth Cave right now. There's also an Ice Cave and a Fire Cave, and that's sort of the progression you would visit them in survival, because they get progressively more dangerous. But we'll start off by checking them all out, starting off with the Earth Cave that we're in, and then we'll check out the items that you can get through the mod, and it's just it's some cool stuff. So again, right now, this is the Earth Cave. You hear lots and lots of bone meal going off because we have these forest crystals that basically within a certain range just bone meal anything and everything around them. So even if I try to destroy these plants around here, they're just going to get like replaced real quickly. So just watch for it. Watch for it. There we go. And hey, plants back. So a little bit confusing to navigate this. But at the same time, there's nothing really hazardous about it. Nothing's trying to kill you here, unless, of course, you got some mobs spawning. But other than that, you're good to go. And I can actually show you the blocks that are in here real quickly. We've got the ancient mossy stone, which is just the stuff that's on the walls. It's basically just stone, but earthified. And then we've also got the rich soil, the rich grass. That's just the stuff on the ground. And you can find fertile ore in here, which you can mine to give you some bone meal in return. The most important bit, though, are these forest crystals. And if we switch on into survival here and mine one, in return, you'll notice we get these things called forest shards. And the forest shards can be used as part of the crafting recipe for the tools that you can get with the mod. So they're the most important bit. Keep it in mind. But that's a basic little overview of the Earth Cave. From here, we can move on into the Ice Cave, because again, that would be sort of the natural progression. So I will be right back, and we'll head on over there. All right, so this is an ice cave. Kind of sounded like I just said it is a nice cave. You got to admit, it's pretty cool looking. I happened to find a cavern, which was a bit of good fortune here. So again, themed around ice. So whereas the last the forest cave would appear in like jungle and forest biomes, this appears in snow, ice spike, tundra type biomes. And I personally think this looks the coolest out of all the different caves. So you've got this special kind of ice that it slows you down when you're on it. You've also got this interesting liquid. It's called ice flow, and if you happen to have the misfortune of falling in it, you get slowed down, and you'll also start taking damage because it's so cold. That's new. I don't think there's anything that's ever existed before that kills you from coldness, but that is a very real threat in the real world. Hold on, if I switch on into survival, this could be a bad idea, actually, because I'm just about to die. Hold on, game mode C, and I'm dead. Okay, way to do the mod video. God dang it. I'll be right back. All right, good stuff. Didn't mean to kill myself, but I realized after the fact that I only had 1 heart left, but we're good. Anyway, you take damage when you go inside that stuff, so keep that in mind. And then again, just this stuff slows you down, and it's also really slippery, even more slippery than regular ice. Like, hold on, walk, and I'm taking my hands off, and you're still sliding. So yeah, keep that in mind. You just got the regular sort of ice rock on the wall, the glacier rock, and then certain ores that you can find include the glacier lapis ore. You can also find fresium ore, and the fresium ore, when you smelt it in a furnace, it'll give you this ancient ice stuff. So that's the way you can grab it without having silk touch. But then you've also got the ice crystals, and the ice crystals are sort of the equivalent of the forest crystals. So if you mine them out, you're going to get the ice shards, and then from there you can use those for crafting recipes that we will get to after we check out all of the caves. And the ice crystals, just where the forest crystals will bone meal whatever is around them, the ice crystals will freeze things that are around them, unless, of course, stuff is already frozen, as in here. But like if you place it down next to water, it'll start freezing it. So, yep, pretty cool stuff. That's a basic overview of the ice cave. So on that note, we will make our way into the final one, which is the fire cave. And then after that, check out the crafting recipes. Be right back. Okay, so last but not least, the fire caves. So there wasn't really much of a danger at all in the earth caves. In the ice caves, you could fall into the ice flow, take some slower-ish damage, but it's not the end of the world. I mean, it doesn't pose too huge of a threat. You can get slowed and stuff. But fire caves, not a very hospitable environment. Let's be honest here. You're probably going to want some fire resistance when you come in here. But it does have its uses. There are reasons you want to come in here, and I will get to those right about meow. So over in the chest, the items that you can find in the fire caves are, you can find the molten stone, which is just all the stuff on the walls. That stuff will burn you if you stand on it, and it will also melt things around it. You've also got the fire crystals, which spawn like lava and fire around them, which is very comforting stuff. And then you've also got a couple of ores. So the Infernium diamond ore, if you find that and you mine it, it gives you 2 diamonds in return. So that's pretty worthwhile. And secondly, we have the glistening ore. And the glistening ore is possibly the most important of all the different ores that you can find that are added in by this mod, because you need that as sort of a base in order to make all the different tools and armor. So that's all found in the fire caves. And then again, if you mine out these fire crystals, you'll get some fire shards in return. And those are important as well if you want to make any of the fire type stuff. So yeah, that's basically it for the caves. Again, this is a big open ravine. But you can find little smaller fire cave areas. They just happen to be kind of flooded with lava. So you're probably, if you do want to go into one of these, probably going to want to try to find a ravine. Otherwise, you're going to be swimming a lot in lava. But whatever floats your boat. So yeah, anyway, with that out of the way, why don't we go and let's check out all the items that you can make, and we'll wrap it up with that. Okay, so let's check out some items you can get, what they are, what they do, things, stuff, everything that matters about everything. So once again, quick reminder, from the forest crystals, ice crystals, fire crystals, when you mine those in creative mode, not in creative mode, in survival mode, then you can get the shards in return. Look at the crystals already at work. Turn the sand into glass. Here we go. And bone mealing things. Okay, and making snow appear. So we've got the fire shards, we've got the ice shards, and we've got the forest shards. And so those are some basic ingredients. And then you also need, once again, the glistening ore. So you mine one of those out, you get a clear gem in return, and then from those ingredients you can make these little forest gem, frost gem, and magma gems using these crafting recipes. So you need some rich grass, easy to come by in the forest cave, the forest shards, and a clear gem, and then you get the forest gem in return. Frost gem requires the ancient ice shards, and the magma gem requires the molten stone and the fire shards as well. So when we grab these here, let me swap on back into creative. What these do is, well, the molten one will make things melt or catch on fire. So if we throw that there, whoa, a bunch of glass appears all of a sudden. Frost gem, on the other hand, if we toss that near some water, boom, it's going to make some ice appear in a nice little grid-like pattern, which is kind of nifty. And then the forest gem, if we throw that like an empty patch of grass, bone meal. And I think it's a radius of 6, and I guess you get some clay as well. So that's kind of handy if you need some clay. Boom, lots and lots of clay, and more glass, woohoo, and more ice. So yeah, that's how that works. You can also notice the molten stone over here when it's touching any like surrounding sand, it'll turn it into glass as well. So you can do that with the gems alone, but you can also use the gems to craft other things. So you can make sets of armor and tools. So each of the sets of armor have special abilities. So if we put on the earth armor, it starts bone mealing everything and turning into grass. So we walk around here and we are just completely awesome for the environment, basically. The sound is a little bit obnoxious, but still you're really helping out, plant lots of crops, and it's all around, it's good stuff. If you feel like doing good deeds, then make the earth set of armor and wear it, and you'll be doing good deeds. Crafting recipe, it's just standard armor configuration, but with the forest gems. Same goes for the others. So with the earthen sword, same sort of thing, just substitute whatever with the forest gem. So the earthen sword, it doesn't really do anything special, just has more attack damage than diamond, but the other ones do have special attributes. So let's go over the Freesium stuff. So as you may guess, if I put this on and then go over to water, it's actually going to start freezing the water behind me, which is kind of a cool thing. It also spawns some snow, but the more important feature comes when we start running over water. So yeah, turns it into the ancient ice. So that's kind of nifty. And then the sword, it does 7 attack damage, same as diamond, except it'll slow any enemies. So I don't actually have any around here other than a sheep, which I'll probably end up killing immediately. But you get the idea. It will it'll just slow them when you hit them with it. And finally, we have the Infernium set, which if we put that on, we'll just make fire happen. It'll melt things and make glass behind me. And if I run over the water, it's going to melt all the ice. Fire particle effects, kind of cool stuff. And again, crafting recipe, just using the fire gems, magma gems, as opposed to like diamond or iron, etc., etc. So pretty cool. And then take a wild guess. The sword makes things light on fire. It has like fire aspect by default. So yeah, that's basically it for all the tools that you can make, which is kind of nifty. And then finally, we have the blocks. So the molten stone, the ancient mossy stone, the glacier rock, those are the blocks that you find in the caves, of their respective types. And you can use those to craft a bunch of different block types. Just a good bit of crafting recipes there. But if I go into, say, my survival menu, hit O, or actually just go straight into here, you can see all the different types and their respective crafting recipes. Basically just using the molten stone, these blocks as a base. So you smelt these, and then or you mine these, you're going to get the cobblestone version, or in the case of the molten stone, just cooled molten stone, you smelt them again, and then you can make lots of stuff with them. So yeah, that's about it for this mod as the sun sets and the moon rises. So hopefully you've enjoyed pretty cool, pretty lot of stuff for a mod made in 4 days. And I think the dude is planning on adding more caves that are based on different biomes. So pretty nifty. And here, we can hit a creeper. Get slowed, buddy, and then we can cause him to catch on fire. One more little demo there. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed. If you have, a rating would be much appreciated. Any more info about the mod can be found with a link in the description. And that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.